How are you? Welcome to Road Odyssey. I am Burke. Please subscribe. Thank you very much. This is a year in review 2021 related only to the C8 Corvette. And I have in this video most of the things that only I have gone over and reported on. And so this could be rather lengthy. So I would say, why don't we just get into this and see what I got? Here we go. What a roller coaster ride we have had in 2021 with a C8 Corvette. In this video, I'm going to be looking at, well, some of the more positive things. The good news. Okay, production isn't a great thing, but production and supply chain. Shops, dealerships, C8, just general news. The Z06, E-Ray, racing, SUV, C9, various products, and just maybe a couple of fun tidbits. I'm starting this good news with, well, the C8 outsold all others. This doesn't mean it outsold Ford and Dodge. Heavens no. What it means is that it just sold very well within its own group of premium sports cars. Those being things like the Porsches, Mercedes-Benz, Audi R8, Nissan GTR, well, kind of the Ford GT, but I really think that's different. The BMW i8, I think that's a little bit different car too. And then the Acura NSX. So coming towards the end of 2021, it was still selling very well, and that is actually very good news. Another good thing for the Corvette was becoming a Daytona 500 pace car. You might consider going back and watching the National Corvette Museum Bash videos. This one with Kai Spandy. He went over a hodgepodge of stuff, such as making the Corvette back in 1981, first one in Bowling Green. You know, what it really means to make a Corvette and going through all that they have. Right-hand drive and the results of that, how different it is. And then the National Corvette Museum Bash that was with the Corvette team, which included Taj, Harlan, Josh, and Kelly. Again, they went over the numerous awards for the C8. It just really did fantastic. Not only that, just being a good all-around car, you know, that says volumes for the C8. Of course, they went over the multitudes of colors and options for the car. Just amazing. Once again, they went over the sales and how the Corvette is outselling and just doing great compared to the Porsches, BMWs, and so forth. Part of what is helping this is not only having sales to the tail end of the baby boomers, but all of the Gen X people who have been born 1964 and later, up to about 1980. So this was just very good news that they have reached out to other groups of people. If you haven't seen the 27th anniversary celebration, check this out as well. A lot of repeat of the National Corvette Museum bashes. So, you know, you can muddle through it. But basically, again, they touched on the right-hand drive, for example, and many other things. But what I really liked was what they had to, you know, tease us with was the Z06. And here's what they had to say, even back then.
We're very excited about that, you know, the next chapter of this 8th generation Corvette to be revealed. And we've been working hard on that, as you can see. Testing going on, not only in Europe, all over America, over in Europe. Being able to show these street and track videos is very exciting. And we're really going to set the supercar world on notice with this one. So
now let's look at production and supply chain. Bowling Green halted production several times due to part shortages. They even had to remove the carbon fiber aero kit from their options list for a while. But this was something that was happening industry-wide. So semiconductors obviously played a big part in this, a huge part. But there was also issues with obtaining steel, copper, aluminum, and plastic. Related to plastic, rubber. And then related to rubber, seat foam. They couldn't even get that. So yeah, there were production issues. And not only with these materials, but there was also problems with the DCT. And, there was one point in time where they canceled all the orders that were not already at the 3,000 mark. My car was one of them. It got canceled. We all had to reorder. So, in March and in July, I looked at all this stuff, tried to determine when these shortages would not affect production anymore, and we're pretty much at that time. The end of 2021 and through this winter of 2022, theoretically, no more production problems, in theory. Here's an interesting tidbit for the year 2021. All this price gouging, the markups by dealerships, GM's ADS method, as also used by Dodge, is the fix to this. The basic idea of ADS is when a dealership sells a C8 Corvette, the Bowling Green plant will ship a replacement C8 as quickly as possible, basically rewarding the dealership for selling a C8 and then putting a new one on the showroom ready for the next customer. Now, whether it's actually worked or not, I'm not so sure. Another fun topic that was in the news, the C8 Corvette Lightning Lap Crusher. No, it wasn't. While this base version C8 Stingray did better than the C7 base, not on the Ver or the Nürburgring could the C8 outperform any of the other top-end C7 Corvettes. That's it. Just look for my video on this topic and it will explain everything. One issue that raised a little bit of a stink in the C8 world was the Tremec DCT. Do you or do you not need the 2 extra quarts of fluid for your transmission? In a video that I made, I tried to answer this question using various articles, Tremec information, and things that Tadge himself had to say. The most fantastic news of 2021 was the Z06. Although they didn't really know much about it, they did figure out fairly quick, even back in 2020, this thing was going to be packing some heavy horsepower. They also had a pretty good idea it was going to really rev. Not sure of the price, they were hoping it wouldn't be over 90 grand for the lowest trim level. I did enjoy all of their teaser videos. Go back, watch them. Pretty cool. This Z06 did beat out 3 V8 records. The biggest naturally aspirated V8. The highest displacement of any flat plane crank V8 in history. 8,600 RPM, still a record for any American performance car. A new horsepower record for domestic naturally aspirated engines. Will Chevrolet continue to put the supercar world on notice with the upcoming models of the C8, such as the E-Ray and the Zora? And that was my segue into the E-Ray. News of the E-Ray bled over from 2019 into 2020 and finally into 2021. A lot of this news was a bunch of bunk, and I made a couple of videos explaining why I felt like the news was not very good, and especially in the middle or so of last year. Exclusive details. No details whatsoever. They lied. But finally, coming around October of last year, yep, I do believe they were spotting the E-Ray for sure. And here's a quick clip of it. Let me begin wrapping up this video saying that I'm very happy with the performance of the C8 in racing. The team did fantastic. Now, one of the kind of quiet topics was the crossover and the C9. There have been whispers about these two cars. Furthermore, some items that have been in the news, but maybe you've glossed over them, is LMR doing their twin turbo kits, Pro Charger with their supercharger kit, and this stuff has just been fantastic. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Please subscribe. I would appreciate that as well. Hope y'all have a fantastic day. Relax, take it easy, and I will see you later. Bye.